The biggest value monger in real estate in the world and the fastest rising housing brand to come out of Africa. It is your real estate solutions expert and your best plug to getting the best all-round value and returns in housing that would make you shout wow and how. But behold, the man that has taken it upon himself to solve the housing deficit in Africa through your collaboration and innovative solutions that are simple, sustainable, and affordable. But behold, my Ace China, the mayor of housing and your real estate success strategist. He can make you money and make you happy in real estate because he doesn't sell houses or lands, he sells value.
I've been pushing, you have a very big presence in the Economic Summit. Why are you doing that? What is your motivation?
I am the mayor of housing. I am not the mayor of empty houses. If you build in a location that is not attractive for immigration into that location, you will have empty houses. Part of the passion I have in housing in Rivers State is to eliminate or reduce the Rivers State, Lagos State dichotomy in decent housing estates for especially our expatriates and qualified people, because we have a lot of them working in Port Harcourt but living in Lagos or Abuja. We want to be able to not only keep them but attract people from all over the world to come and live in Port Harcourt, thereby making my houses occupy. Secondly, lands are no longer in production is a finite and definite asset. What makes the value of land increase is the amount of traffic heading and searching for that land. If very few people want to come to Rivers State, our lands will be almost worthless. But if the whole world wants to come to Rivers State, you're going to make my land the most desirable and valuable land in the world.
Call him now on 0809 337 8525 or visit www.themayorofhousing.com and also follow Value on social media www.facebook.com/my Ace China, at my Ace_China on Instagram and Twitter, www.linkedin.com/my Ace China, and www.youtube.com/my Ace TV. Housing for all, your right to live.
Okay, you're welcome to Live with my Ace China on YouTube, where you get to ask me 10 questions on anything in the world. Today, my name is not just my Ace. You can call me my Ace Answer, because I'll answer any question. But before that, we're going to talk on a topic to give background to it. But I'm still very excited about this Port Harcourt magazine, because this is the Ace edition dedicated to the mayor of housing and the story of how to ace it in real estate, the story of the mayor of housing. For those of you that have not heard my story, this magazine will help you hear my story. And if you're in Port Harcourt, just call the number on the screen. If you're not in Port Harcourt, I think they'll have a way of sending you a soft copy for you to hear my story. I assure you, my story is my glory. And one of the things that gives me the audacity to give you advice is because I have failed. Because I said, they that have never failed have failed to have the right to give anybody an advice. So I have failed woefully, and I turned my failure into success, because failure is the flip side of success. And this story excites me. And I love the fact that it's coming out in the Utah season. We're also on the back cover. If you don't want to complain about real estate, just call the mayor of housing. So, but today's topic was given to us by my beautiful J-Town sister, Rose Ume. And It's how to budget for business. How to budget for business. There's a typographic error, Dayo, in that how. It's supposed to be how, not hot to budget. Okay. So I hope you corrected it. How to budget for business by Rose Ume, to be taken on by the Mayor of Housing. But before we start, please share the link with your friends. We want 20% of Africa to be on this channel in the next 5 years. Nigeria is 200 million people or 250 million people. So 20% of 250 million is 50 million people. Africa is 1.4 billion people. 20% of 1.4 billion people is 280 million. So in the next 5 years, we're expecting 280 million Africans on this channel, because it's only 20% of the population that are obsessed about education, and those 20% make 80% of the money available. And only 3% of the population are obsessed about self-education, and those 3% end up making almost 91% of the money in the world. So if you want to be among the top 20 and the top 3%, you need to be on this channel. And when we are live, please don't be greedy, because we are giving out 10,000 naira to 10 people today that will answer our questions. Don't be greedy with your opportunity. Share with your friends. So share this link. And if you've shared, just put on the comment below, I have shared, so that we'll start from there. But already, the first person that commented on our live today has already won 5,000 naira. And Dayo, get me those 15 books. Dami, get me those 15 books, because we'll be giving out books today. And every week we'll be giving out 15 books. Okay, they are right here. Hold on. We'll be giving out these 15 books to the people that will answer or get a prize, because these are the 15 books that made me a billionaire in business. I wouldn't start any of our life without talking about the books. The first book I read in my life, in my final year in medical school, I started my entrepreneurial journey. It's Rich Dad Poor Dad. Part 2 of Rich Dad Poor Dad is Cash Flow Quadrant. Then How to Win Friends and Influence People is a classic that will teach you how to turn social capital to financial capital. The Obstacle is the Way is a Stoic book that will teach you by Ryan Holiday to turn every disadvantage into opportunity. The Timeless Art of Turning Trials into Triumph. The Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy. Life is a sell or die affair. The Psychology of Success, Think and Grow Rich, how to think your way into money. The oldest and the best book on success ever written by Napoleon Hill. Deep Work by Cal Newport, how to avoid distractions, especially in this distraction era. The best book on personal finance, The Richest Man in Babylon, how to turn your money into your future. My mentor, Grant Cardone, Sell or Be Sold, how you are either a customer or you are getting customers and getting paid, or you are paying. The Compound Effect, how to turn little steps into mighty success by Darren Hardy. The Magic of Thinking Big. The bigger what we think and the stronger it is, the more we attract it. And this is the best book on character I've ever read in my life, called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. The Alchemist, the story of entrepreneurship and the story of your personal legend by Paulo Coelho is one of the best entrepreneurial storybooks. And this is the 10x rule. This is what is helping me to 10x my business in real estate by Grant Cardone. So somebody is going away with all of these books, just one person. I'll give you all these books if you are able to impress me today. And you have to pay attention, because the question can come from anything, anytime, any part of this presentation. And if you're not paying attention, you will lose the opportunity to win these amazing books. So let's get to the topic of the day. And after that, we're going to be asking our questions. But who won the first comment? What's the name? David, you won the first comment. Dayo, can we have David on the screen so that let me be sure I'm also live so that I can follow you guys up on the studio live. So on the first comment. Okay. Beautiful. So I can be following you guys. I'm live with you guys now on my little screen. And we're celebrating 5K subscribers. We were able to hit 5K yesterday. And those of you that have subscribed and turned on the notification button, why it's important to turn on the notification button is because we can go live randomly at any time. And if your notification is not turned on, you miss. Like yesterday, we gave out 5,000 naira to 11 people. The first person to comment on the live, and the 10 people that answered a very simple question, the official spelling of Elele Pimpi. And if you've been watching my videos, you know that my shout of joy is Elele Pimpi. So the official spelling, some people got it yesterday and they walked home with 5,000. Please, if you're one of those that won our 5,000 yesterday, put in the comment section, I won 5K, I'm a living witness. So, and we are working hard to get to 10K between now and the end of the month. And what we'll do, we'll be giving out 10,000 to 10 people. When we get to 100K, we'll be giving out 100,000 to 10 people. When we get to 1 million subscribers, we'll be giving out 1 million naira to 10 people. When we get to 2 million subscribers, we'll be giving out 2 million naira to 10 people. When we get to 3 million subscribers, we'll be giving out 3 million naira to 10 people. We'll keep giving 4 million, 5 million, 6 million, 7 million, 8 million, 9 million, 10 million to 10 people. And the big one is when we get to 100 million subscribers, we'll give out 100 million naira to 10 people. And that will be the day I will not only be a billionaire in asset, but I'll be a billionaire in generosity. Imagine giving away 1 billion naira in one day. And the Bible says we should not despise the days of little beginning. So we are going to get there. So let's jump straight. How many people won on that day and have commented I won? Do we have up to 10 people that have commented I won? Please, if you commented, say I won and I got my alert. I won and I got my alert. So today's topic is how to budget for business by Rose Ume. And we're going to jump right into it. If you are new to this channel, please click on the subscribe button, like the video, and follow us for more of such, because every Sunday I'll be here live where you can ask me questions, 10 questions on any subject in live. And every day we'll drop videos on value. And we have some other entertaining videos like the funny side of the mayor of housing. I'm a failed comedian, but I'm still funny. So I'm still a funinian. So you can see the funny side if you stay tuned to our shots. But every Sunday by 6 p.m., you get the opportunity to ask me questions live and to learn a topic. Like today's topic is how to budget for business. And these topics are picked randomly by you. So if you have any, why we started this is most people watch our videos and in the comment section, they'll be asking, sir, can you do a video on jumpology? We can't go to the comment section and start doing a video. If you want us to do a video on jumpology, you come on Sunday and ask us to do a video on jumpology. If it's your time to ask questions, say, sir, tell me about jumpology. Then instead of doing a video, I'll now show you how good I am in jumpology by teaching you live, because I always teach. I teach, inspire, create, and collaborate. And today I'm here to teach you about how to budget for business. But the first thing in budgeting, you must understand that budget is not a restriction, but a liberation. Please write if you're writing. Budgeting is not a restriction, but a liberation. When you budget for what to do, you are liberated from what not to do with your money. If you have 10 naira and you budget what to do with your 10 naira, you are free from what is not in your budget. If I budget to give away 5,000 naira for YouTube and you come to my Facebook, you liberate me from spending on Facebook because this money is budgeted for YouTube. So anything that is not YouTube, I am liberated from it. But when you don't budget, every other thing will be calling for that money and you'll be pressuring. Should I give to YouTube or should I give to Facebook? But budgeting liberates you. So most people are afraid to budget because they think budgeting is limiting. No, budgeting is liberating. So the 3 things you need to know about budgeting before we go to the actual budgeting is number 1, don't borrow to start your business. So if you are budgeting for business, don't borrow to start your business. The worst thing most people do is they want to look for where to borrow money. Fair money is not where you raise capital for business, to start a business. You don't borrow money to start a business. You borrow money to expand a business that is already working. Instead of borrowing money, look for people that will dash you money. You don't borrow money to start a business. You borrow money to expand a business that is working. Instead of borrowing money, look for people that will dash you money or what you can do to raise money. So don't ever borrow to start. Number 2, don't spend what you get, not what you are expecting. When you are budgeting in business, spend what you get, not what you are expecting. For instance, you created this, my beautiful Harley Davidson Christmas bike. Most people don't know this is my Christmas bike. And you created this, and you created 20 of it, and you have to sell 20 of it, and the profit from 20 of it is 1,000 naira, which is 20,000. Don't go and buy a phone on Easy Buy for 20,000 when you have not sold the bike. Spend after you have sold the 20 bike and gotten the 20,000. So don't spend from your expectations. Spend from what you get, not what you are expecting. A lot of people go and borrow money because they supply these 10 bikes and they have not been paid and they'll run into trouble. So spend what you get, not what you are spending. Then the number 3 and the most important is allow sales to be the bottom line of what you can afford. This is very important. Please pay attention. Allow your sales to be the bottom line of what you can afford. You want to buy an iPhone of 10,000. You are selling this bike for 2,000 and you make 1,000 from one bike. To buy one iPhone of 10,000, you need to sell 10 bikes. If you have not sold 10 bikes, you can't afford a phone. But sometimes because the profit from the bike is 1,000, let's say you are selling the bike 11,000 and this phone is 10,000 and the profit from this bike is only 1,000. You need to sell 10 bikes at 11,000. That's 110 before you can afford this phone. But some of us, because we sold one bike of 11,000 and we look inside our account, we are seeing 11,000. We believe the whole 11,000 is for spending and we budget the 11,000 for a phone. We have not spent from what we got. We spent from what we are expecting. And we are spending from our account balance instead of from our sales bottom line. So these days, if you ask me to do something, I'll tell you when I sell a plot. I know how much I make from selling a plot of land and what I can budget for it. So I don't spend more than the profit from my sales, because you will be in trouble if you sell from your bank account and not from your sales bottom line. And there will be a Nigerian musician singing for you, Pemperim pem, pemperi pempe, oh, why you go do pass yourself? So if you budget more than your sales, you are doing pass yourself and you enter trouble. So with those 3 background, don't borrow to start a business. Spend what you have and budget what you have. And make sales bottom line how you can afford something. If you can sell 200 bikes in a month, then you can afford maybe 200 phones, because you tie your affordability to your bottom line. So that is very important. So the next thing, I'm going to teach us how to budget for business. And there are 4 stages of business. The stage 1 is starting your business. Stage 2 is growing your business. Stage 3 is getting local dominion in your business. And stage 4 is scaling your business. That's international. So let's start from starting your business. When you start your business, your obsession is your product. There is no product that is perfect before going to the market. Every product goes to the market and starts perfection. What keeps your business from not starting is that you are trying to perfect the product before going to the market. No. The product goes to the market, and from customer feedback, you'll be perfecting the product, improving the product. So when you start business, 40% of all your profit must go towards improving your product. If the first customer complains that they don't like the color of the cover of the book, which is your product, change it. So 40% of all your income should go towards improving and perfecting your product. And when you start, your first obsession should be your product and customer feedback about your product. What do they think? What feedback can they give you? What can they tell you? Like those of you that are working with me, you know that when we started working in our group, as each time we are getting feedback and improving the product. Even the video you're watching on this channel, you see that it's improving based on feedback. So 40% of your income should be budgeted for perfecting your product. The other 40% of your income should be budgeted for sales. When you start business, your obsession to be your product and how many people can buy your product. So whatever you can take to sell your product, whether it is through commission, whether it's through distribution, whether it's through crying. If you do cry for people to buy your product, cry more. And when you make profit, use 40% to promote the sales. Let's say you are using your car to sell. You make money, put fuel in your car, and go and make more sales. Let's say you are using social media to sell. If you make money, put 40% on ads to sell your product. Let's say you are using your phone to make calls to sell. If you make money, 40% of your income should be in buying credits and power bank to charge your phone to make more calls. So 40% of your income should be on sales, and the other 20% should be on your living expenses. And if you are living with somebody, you can do your product and your sales 50-50. If you're already living somewhere and you can survive without your business, can make the product 50% and sales. But if you are living somewhere, aspire to survive on 20% of your profit from your business because it's starting. What kills most businesses is that you start a business, the first profit you make, you go and buy a shirt. Next profit, you pay rent, you buy a car, you are spending on your living, and the business will die because the product is not improving, sales is not improving, it will die. So your cost of living in your new business should never be above 20%. If you can squat with your friend to reduce your cost to only 20% pressure on your business, please do that. By the time you do this for some 1 or 3 years, this stage takes 1 or 3 years to stabilize. Most businesses take 36 months to stabilize. In fact, abroad has a rule that you should not expect to make a profit from your business for the first 36 months. So before starting a business, look for how to survive for 36 months. So this starting stage takes 0 to 36 months or 0 to 3 years. After 3 years, you go to the next stage. So most business startups die at this stage because they are not improving their product and their sales. So this is the stage that will determine whether you live or die. The next stage is the growing stage. You've perfected your product. You have started selling, and you have learned how to live on minimal amount of your income. The next thing, the growing stage, You need to grow you to grow your business. So 2 things you must budget money for. 40% of your income must go to your sales. Business is a sell or die affair. So anything that improves sales is improving living. You know the standard of living or characteristics of living things. In business, the characteristics of living business is sales. And the characteristics of dying business is no sales. So don't try to complicate it. Then the next thing is you and your skills. Because you are the person running this business, 60% will be on your living and improving your skills. Seminars, trainings, anything that will make you better. Skills, coaching, mentorship, data, anything that will grow your capacity. This is the time you grow your skills. Skills of management. If you need to delegate for you to be able to read, pay somebody from that 60% that is on you so that you can read. If you need to go for a seminar, you need to go for apprenticeship, whatever you need to do. This growing stage of your business is growing you because your business can never grow above you. You are the lead of the business, the cover of the business. If you don't grow, your business can never grow more than you. So write that down if you're writing. Your business can never grow more than you. To grow your business, grow you. So 40% of your income will be going into how to improve sales. The other 60% will be going into how to improve you. So call it investing in you because you must invest in yourself. The other 40% you invest in the sales structure of the business. So this stage is very important and it will take another 0 to 3 years. Then you get to the next stage, the local dominion. If you've done business for 6 years and you did it right, the 6th year or the 7th year, you enter the 3rd stage, the local dominion, where you are dominating your local market. That's the stage where the mayor of housing is. If you come to Port Harcourt and Rivers State, our business is dominating because you structure 40% of your income for building your business structure. What is your business structure? The accounting, the department, the staff, the different things that makes your business stand is the structure. Budget 40% of your income for it, staff salary, anything that is structure. The other 40% is for publicity. And in that structure, you also have 40% that goes into the profit and the structure that produces the product. For instance, in our business, land is part of our structure. So 40% of our income goes to land, salaries, equipment. You are watching us live today because we have an equipment to transmit live. So all those structures and tools, they are part of the structure that builds the business. So 40% of your income will go there. And then the other 40% will go to publicity because at this juncture, you've been selling, but you've sold to all your friends, family, and all your circle. You need more people to know you for you to sell more. So 40% of your money will be going to publicity. And then 20% will be going to management because you now have a structure or a staff and a management team, softwares, applications, and things that will help you manage your staff better and how to bring out the best from your staff. 20% of your income will go to management. So at this stage, your structure takes 40%, publicity takes 40%, and management takes 40%. The last stage, after you've done business for 10 years, you should be able to now scale your business where you branch off from one state to other states or you go international. At that stage, publicity takes, which is the final stage, publicity takes 40% of your income. Distribution, because at this stage, you now have multiple branches. Distribution, how to get your product to go around. Your distribution structure takes 30% of your income. Your people, how to recruit the best people, recruit the best hands. That's when you start having companies with HR or HRM. Your HR department will have 20%, how to recruit, manage, hire and fire people. And then your management, which is your core management, training, staff meetings, staff management, motivation, and the rest will take 20%. And this will continue until your business goes worldwide. But please, the most important thing, Dami, please get my black power bank. There's a short cord there. Bring it to. My iPad is low. At this stage, all you should concern yourself, as most of you are startup, is the starting stage. 40% of all your income should go to your product. 40% of all your income should go to your sales improvement. And 20% of your income must go to your living. And this stage, you should do that for 3 years before you start taking from the business. And when you start business, please, there are 3 important things. Don't borrow to start. Spend what you get and make sales your bottom line to afford. There's a black cord, not this one. No, this is for the iPhone. There's a short Type-C. So, after you budget, there are 3 more things you know to know about budgeting. Budget for business before pleasure. This is where a lot of people kill themselves. You make money in your first sales, you think of Dorime. Because you love pleasure so much, you want Dorime. You have sold, you need to go and relax. And you start doing Dorime. Please, budget for business before pleasure. If your business has not grown, you've not earned the right for pleasure. Then finally, budget for your indices over your feelings. If you think your business is doing well, please calculate how many you have sold. Sometimes you look at your bank account, you feel your business is doing well, but this month you only sold 5 products. Meanwhile, the other month you sold 36 products. Look at your indices. The most important indices in your business is 2 things. How many of units of your product are you selling? How happy are your customers? The most important business strategy in the world is a satisfied customer. Once you can satisfy your customers, you are the best businessman on earth. And you know if they are truly satisfied by how much they come back for your product. And repeat business is the only proof of customer satisfaction. If your customers don't come back, they are not satisfied no matter how much they tell you they are satisfied. How you know and trust their satisfaction is when they come back again and again. Because making money and again is more important than making money. And today I wanted to stick to our 30 minutes of lecture. So the final thing is starting before perfection. Don't ever think of perfecting your product before you start. Think of starting before you perfect your product. And the best way to start before perfection is to sell before you buy. If you are not the one producing this bike and you want to sell this bike, carry this picture of this bike and start selling it. When somebody pays for the bike, tell him we'll deliver in 2 days. As he pays, you pay the owner of the bike and tell him to send it to the owner. That's how what do they call it? There's this shipping business. How do they call it again? Drop shipping. That's how drop shipping started. So that's the smartest business model. So start before perfection. Don't say until my product is not, I want it to be the best product in the world. If your product is the best in the world and only one person buys it, you will not make money. But if you start selling while perfecting, people can testify about your product. And with that, we've come to the end of this lecture. And I'll tell you that budgeting for your business has to do with the different realities in your business. You can see I gave you gross big picture budget. When you start budgeting the little things like fuel for your generator, NEPA light, rent, all those nitty-gritties are part of the business. And that's why you see I tell you to budget 40% for your sales, because if you don't pay rent, you won't make the business. If you don't buy fuel for your generator, all those little things, data for phone, those are the two things. But the two focus is the thing I'm spending on going to help the product, or is it going to help the sales? Sometimes these little things can distract us. Like, you need an iPhone for yourself. You deceive yourself that it's for the phone, it's for the business. If an iPhone does not make the business go, there's this phone I saw. Is it Vimeo or Vivo? Vivo has a video quality that is, I almost thought it was better than iPhone. So, but some of you, because you want the pride of owning an iPhone, you say, I need an iPhone for my business, and you budget for an iPhone where a Vivo would have done a better job. And that's only when your business is video based. Like my business is video based, but as big as the mayor of housing, I've not bought a drone because we've not been going to site every day. We've just been doing our land documentation. It's when we start building that we need to be showing you our site development every week that I'll buy a drone. All the drone coverages I've done over the years, I hire a drone because it's not important at this stage of the business. It will help improve our product, which is land at this stage. So if the thing doesn't help improve your product, improve your sales at that early starting stage of 40, 40, 20, please don't budget it. With that, you know freedom, because budget is not about restriction, but about liberation. And if you do it, your business will grow. And the best thing that pays, some of you ask me what's the safest. I tell you, invest your money in a safe, secured, sustainable vehicle. The safest, most secure and sustainable vehicle that is even easier than real estate is your business. The safest, most secured, sustainable asset is you. So if you notice the first two stages, you are investing in your business and you. Because your business, you are in control, you are the security. You're you. As long as you are alive, you have you. So if you invest in learning coding, your coding can never be stolen from you because you are the coding. Like I am the mayor of housing, you can steal my property, but you can't steal my skill of real estate success strategy. So that's why it's important you invest and exponentially grow your business. So with this, I think we'll start taking our questions. Who is the first person to ask us a question? The first question, please, you guys should be very vigilant so that we can take these 10 questions, because I've kept to 30 minutes today so that we can answer 10 questions in 30 minutes, and we can call it a day by asking you one question and you can now answer. Umechino, so question, how often should a business review and update its budget? Monthly. Monthly. Every business should update their budget monthly, your profit monthly, your expenses monthly, your income monthly, your budget monthly. The longer you wait to do your budget, the more mistakes you make. So keep it short and simple. Review your budget monthly as a business, but as the owner of the business, you should review your budget daily. You should watch where your money goes to daily and where your money comes from daily. That's why I talk about obsession. You should business before pleasure. Your only obsession should be sales and your product. So where is my money coming from? And where is my money going to? If it's going to something that will not affect sales, we don't need them. So you need a new mattress in your house for this business. Will the mattress in my house help me make more sales? No, we don't need them. So you should review, you the owner of the business, every day, but as a business, every month. Chidozie Ume, how can a business estimate its revenue for the upcoming year? Sales. Please don't make business complicated. Check the sales skills. How many, if you are selling books, how many books did you sell this year? If you sold only 20 books this year and you marketed to 40 customers to sell to 20, and you intend to market to 40 customers with the same skills of this year, you only sell 20 books. So there's no prophecy about sales. Numbers don't lie. But if you improve your sales skills by training yourself in new sales skills, reading this book, The Psychology of Selling, and understanding new insights about sales, and you now know you are better. And last year, when you had a level of skill of 10 and you sold to 40 people, 20 people bought, now you have a level of skill of 30. If you sell to 50 people, maybe 40 people will buy. Then you can start doing the numbers. So numbers don't lie. If you need to talk to 10 people for one person to buy, you need to have the budget, the resources to talk to 100 people for 10 people to buy. And if you want to sell 100 books next year, have the resources and the budget to sell to 1,000 people and 100 will buy. So that's how simple it is to project your income. All income in business comes from sales. Business is a sell or die affair. If you are not selling or making money, you are not living. So, Oluwapelumi Ayodele, sir, how can a freelance business manage their budget with tangling it with minimal day-to-day interest and personal interest? That's what I said. Number one, if you are a freelancer and you don't have money to survive for 36 months, you have not started your business. And the first 36 months of your business as a freelancer, when you make an income of 100%, you budget 20% for your survival, budget 40% for improving what you are freelancing about or your skills, and budget 40% for your sales. What's the sales? For a freelancer, how many people you pitch your product to determines how many sales. If you send 10 emails or 100 emails for you to get one subscriber. Now, when you sell to that one subscriber, 40% of the profit goes to buying more email or sending more email for you to sell more. That's exactly what I just told you. 40% to increase. If you cannot expand your business to where you can survive on 20% for your personal expenses, then the freelance is too small. What kills most small businesses is remaining small. Remaining small does more harm to businesses than good. If you are selling a phone, there is a phone shop in this country that sells 10,000 phones every day. How? They expanded their business and became known. There are people online that are known. Sometimes, please don't allow the paid ads to deceive you. Sometimes if you go to your Facebook, you have 10,000 followers. You go to your phone, you have 1,000 contacts. And many of them don't even know you're a freelancer. If you send text messages every day, 1,000 text messages, and in 10 days, you get some deals. So most of us are looking for a pie from the sky, but it's a numbers game. If you do the numbers, in 2021, was it 2021? No, 2020, when I started the mayor of housing in Abuja, I was making 8 hours of calls every day and targeting to call 50 numbers every day to make my first deals in real estate. I'll come in the morning by 6:37, 7 to 8, I'll eat my breakfast, and 7 to 7:30, I'll exercise. 7:30 to 8, I'll eat my breakfast. 8 to 9, I'll read the Bible. 9 to 10, I'll read my book. I've already made a list of 50 people I'll call. 10 to 2 p.m., I'll be making calls, 4 hours. 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., I'll go for lunch and take a walk. 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., I'll be making calls, 4 hours. 7 p.m., I close. And that's how I made my first deal. And I didn't buy the contact. It's from the numbers on my phone. If you start from A and start calling, before you get to Z, you see somebody that will say, I've been looking for this thing since. Thank God you called. And you start from there. So it's a numbers game. If you are not ready to work your business will not work. Please write that down. If you are not ready to work your business will not work. Joy Telumum. What is the most significant challenges facing entrepreneurs in Africa, particularly in Nigeria, when it comes to scaling their business? The most significant challenges is two things. Number one, mindset. Most entrepreneurs in Africa and Nigeria, when they start making small money, they stop reading. They stop improving. They stop learning. Abroad, the greatest seminars and workshops and events are events for entrepreneurs and business people because they are always learning and expanding their capacity. In Nigeria, you hit your first 100 million, you start doing Dorime. I don't need to read again, Domine. I had one sister that gave a testimony in church in Streams of Joy that she traveled abroad and she stopped praying because she said she's already abroad. There are no witches and wizards there. So Nigerians, most entrepreneurs, when they make 100 million, they say no need to work hard or learn again. I'll never be poor again. That's their first problem. It's called complacency. Second problem is skills, manpower. Entrepreneurs make money and they forget that good people are not trained. Good people are found. They just employ the next person that is available to them because their cousin recommended them or their auntie, sisters, brothers, senior brother, sister recommended them. So manpower, they recruit wrongly. So recruitment kills many businesses. And then because they want to scale with staff that are not reliable, the staff will run down the business. So when you want to recruit, the law of recruitment is like the law of real estate. The law of real estate said for you to get a good property, you would have looked at 100 properties. But in Nigeria, you want to get the first property and start selling it today. For you to recruit a good staff, you would have interviewed 100 staff. All of us want today, as I meet this guy, he must work hard. He must succeed. That's what kills them. So they remain small and they die. What will you advise those business owners that are not educated on business budgeting? They should educate themselves. Budgeting, did I quote any big thing? I am doing a video and one of the persons I'm dedicating that video to is my greatest mentor in Nigeria. My B mentor is Dr. Cosmos Maduka. I call him the most educated illiterate I know or the most educated school dropout. Dr. Cosmos Maduka dropped out from school at the age or at primary 3, I mean primary 2. So he's an illiterate. Even today when he speaks English, you can still see his Igbotic accent. But he taught himself how to do business through the Igbo apprenticeship system. Today he's a doctor and he sits on the board of most international companies and banks. So self-education will make you a fortune. Formal education will make you a living. Anybody doing business that has not learned how to write invoice and receipt and budget and stock, there are 4 things you must know to survive business: invoice, receipt, stock taking, budget. If you don't know, there is no illiterate in the world that don't know that 100 naira, you remove 10 naira is 90 naira. So remove 10 naira for how to make your vulcanizing machine good. That's what kills many taxi drivers. That 40-40-20 I told you. A guy just buys a taxi for 5 million naira and starts running Uber. He makes profit for the month. He is busy giving his wife, his girlfriend, and doing Dorime, forgetting that 40% of that money should go into car maintenance. Because the car is new, it will not spoil today. You have to put it in a sundry account and be waiting for the day the car will spoil to take the money from there. 40% should go into improving your visibility. How do you make yourself get more rides? Buying data, make sure you're online. The other 20% you keep until you save enough to buy another car. There's nobody in the world that doesn't understand money-matics. Many people might not know mathematics, but if it's money-matics, everybody knows say 10,000 naira where you come out 2,005 na 7,500, amen? So that's how you teach them to budget. Oluwa Timilehin. Hey. Olubenga Timilehin. Oluwa Timilehin. What does Oluwa Timilehin means? God is timing me in Lehin. Sir, how long can I wait to start using my business income for pleasure? Until your business has given you residual income. Let me give you like example in Nigeria. If you build your business right for 7 years, you can start, you would have built enough business that 10% or 20% can be very large. For instance, you are making 100,000 when you started your business. 20% is 20K. When you start making 100 million, 20% is 20 million. I mean, if you want to go use 10 million and travel abroad and come back, it's okay. So that's one aspect. Until your business is doing large enough profit that 10% of your profit can afford your pleasure for the month. Secondly, when your business starts getting residual income, what is it? You are into the business of books. You've sold enough books that you built 7 flats. Those 7 flats gives you 7 million naira in rental value every year. Because nothing will ever happen to the flats. That 7 million, if you take 700,000 to go and do Dorime, nothing do you, my brother. But you just started business and you made your first 100,000 and you want to use that first 100,000 to declare. Wait till you there fine. Palava, oh, you go get palava, you go get it. So until your investment and your business can dole out enough profit for 10% to afford your pleasure, or your return on residual investment, like maybe you've bought shares of a company and the dividends they pay you, you can, that one, every year dividends come. If you blow this year, on another one will come, amen. Must a budget come first before any business you want to do in terms of financial aspect? Yes. If you don't budget a business, it's like going to play football with any number of players. Before a football match is played, they know who is defender, who is goalkeeper, who is striker, who is midfielder. Before you start a business, in fact, you should budget a business 3 years before you start the business. Because if you want to start selling tomato, you should know how much a basket of tomato is, where they buy tomato, the cost of transporting the tomato, how much you sell the tomato, and how much tomato sellers make. Without budgeting for a business, what are you starting? Are you gambling? Is it Bet Night? Even Bet Niger, they budget how many over 2.5 can win and what odd, how many odd. So starting a business without budgeting is like starting football match without a goalpost. We go just go play. Where the ball go enter, when it go be goal. When we get to the field, don't worry, when we get there. No, everything must be pre-planned in advance. And I said in one of my videos, for you to live well, you have to live twice. Business people should do business twice. The first time is on paper. If you have not done business on paper, please, you have no right to do business in real life. Anything you want to do in your business must already have been done on paper. How do you evaluate the potential return on investment? Simple percentage. If you put 10 naira, how much does it give? If he gives you 1 naira, it's 10% return on investment. And please don't evaluate return on investment by prophecy. Evaluate return on investment by history. If what you want to do has not been done by somebody before, do it first. Get the profit first before you check what was the return. If you invest in building a house with 70 million and they pay you rent of 700,000 against 70 million, the rent is 1% of your investment. So building that house, the rent gives you 1%, and don't do it in advance. Do it when you finish. And if somebody tells you he's buying this phone in China, go to China, confirm, come back, see it. Any investment you must do. The gate into an investment is called investigate. Investment gate is called investigate. Investigate. Anything you're doing, you must investigate. And the best investigation is what they call evidence. Evidence is facts you have gotten, not facts. They say, no be evaluation. How to keep the income coming when a new business isn't doing so well? Sales. If you cannot improve your sales skills and your sales numbers, Please, every business does well or does not do well on sales. If I call 10 people and nobody buys, I will need to call 100 people to see if one person will buy. And if it's only one that buys in 100, it means the product is not so good. So how do I improve the product? And if the product is not good, please don't be too fixated on a business that you are not willing to change it. If you go to sell Gary and Gary no work for you, change it. But before you change it, find out people selling Gary, how do they make their money? One of the most underrated power in business is the power of apprenticeship. I had done oil business for 12 years before I started real estate. I still had to go and do apprenticeship for somebody I was older than for 3 years to learn the business. So before you say business is not doing so well, find out what you are not doing so well. Most businesses don't do so well because you are not doing so well. If you don't market your business, if I am selling Gary and I put it inside my house and I say it's not doing so well, will I sell Gary? If you are following my channel, you can see that I have quality content and I'm a quality person. But I didn't start posting videos and say, it's not doing so well. I'm promoting this channel and telling you to share the video because it's only when quality meets with quantity that success is born. If you have the best quality and you don't have enough quantity of customers to sell it to, your business will not do well. What percentage of my income should I save for emergencies? 6 months of your life expenses. If it takes you 10,000 naira to survive a month, save 6 months of your 10,000, which is 60K. After that, don't keep any money in the bank. The rest of the money must enter your business and yourself. That 60K is for emergency. So 6 months expenses should be your emergency fund. Is that our last question? Thank you. So it's time for me to ask my question. So my question is this. Are you ready? The first 10 people to get this question or this answer will get 10,000 naira. Are you ready? What is your greatest asset in business that you should invest in? The safest and your greatest asset. Your safest and greatest asset. One word. What is your greatest and safest asset in business? What is your greatest and safest asset? What is your greatest and safest asset? I've seen some answers, budgets, products. I'm seeing answers. One person have gotten it. Second person has gotten it. Come, let me tell you the answer. Let me tell you the answer. I've seen some people, I love this. Some people are getting this. Yes, I've seen some correct answers. I think we already have them. Those people, we already just check the first 10 people that put you, me, or yourself. Count the first 3 people. The first person that got it is Grace or Funny. From Grace or Funny, count those people that put you, yourself, or me. They are all correct. The greatest asset in your business is yourself, you, or me. So those people that got it, please start counting from, I think I can count it from here, self. From Grace of Funny Man, number 1, Matthew Ogie, number 2. Somebody did before Grace. Okay, who is the person that sent before Grace? Jane. Okay, so Jane, I can't find Jane. Okay, Jane Robert. Oh, Jane Robert again. The first person from Jane Robert down. Jane Robert, number 1. Number 2, we have Grace Ofonime. Number 3, Matthew Oje Joseph. Number 4, Divine Awotefe. Number 5, Favor Omonema. Number 6, Chidozie Ume. Number 7, Rome Reviews. Number 8, Misty. Number 9, David Udo. And number 10, Godwin Ame. So, Umechi also and the rest, you narrowly missed. Chidimo Okechukwu, you narrowly missed. Dami Lola, Oyin Lola, you narrowly missed. Our first person is John Robert, and our last person is Ame Godwin. Some of you probably got it, but because of network, your answer didn't appear on time. So the 10 of you, you have 10,000 naira each. And I'm so glad with today's live. No, they counted. That's what they're showing now. Is the network. The network. I didn't even know that Jane Robert got. Jane, what network are you using that you are so fast? This Jane Robert, that's how she won her first. Who was the first person to comment today? David, okay. David, you won 5,000. All of you from Jane Robert to, I think, so every 11 I counted from Jane Robert. So please, it's time. All of you are we are going to make the list, but please, let's have the topic for next week. I love today's live. The timing is perfect. We started at exactly 6. Our topic exactly took 30 minutes, and our answers took 30 minutes too. This is beautiful, and we have our 10 winners, and we already have our 10 winners. Please, I don't know what network. I think network makes some people not to get the answer. When we have more time on the live, we'll ask 10 different questions so that we can increase the variety. Right now, we're just asking one question and first 10 answers to make it fast and snappy. But when we have more time, we are going to ask 10 different questions and make it very interesting. So what topic are we? So what topics are we suggesting for next week? Topic including leadership style, team building, and decision making. Complex topic. Please, I want topics that are simple. How to balance risk and rewards in investment strategies. How to balance risk and rewards in balance risk and reward in wealth creation mistakes to avoid. I like that topic. That wealth mistakes investment. Yes, that's what we'll take. Who is that? Fatombi Adebola. We've chosen your topic and you've won 5,000. Next week topic: wealth creation mistakes to avoid. Fatombi Adebola. Fatombi Adebola, we've chosen your topic. Please, let's be doing topics that are relatable and will teach us things that we cannot get on the internet. Like the budgeting formula I gave you today, you can't find it anywhere on the internet because they are commonsensical. So next week topic: wealth creation mistakes to avoid. Wealth creation. This will be very interesting, and some of the mistakes are very basic that you'll be so surprised that you avoid them. Have you counted our winners? So please, all those people that won, you need to send your bank details to the number on the screen. And then next week, we'll be talking on wealth creation mistakes to avoid. We are only 88 people watching this. Next week, if we are not up to 200 people, it means that we are not sharing the news. And all those people that won, please share the good news. Invite enough people to come And we are 5,000 subscribers. If each subscriber can recommend a subscriber, will be 10,000 by next week. I will be sharing 10,000 to 10 people. And if when we get to 100,000, we'll be sharing 100,000 to 10 people. When we get to 1 million subscribers, we'll be giving away 1 million naira to 10 people. When we get 2 million subscribers, we'll be giving away 2 million to 10 people. I will continue that until we get to 100 million subscribers. I'll be giving out 100 million to 10 people. And then please, there are a lot of people in Nigeria. We are 250 million. 20% of 250 million is 50 million. There are 1.4 billion people in Africa. 20% of 1.4 billion is 280 million. The year this channel gets 280 million subscribers and I become the most generous man in Africa, I'll stop accepting subscription. I'll tell you people, stop subscribing. But for now, let's hit the subscription button and let's make this fun. And please, when you subscribe, turn on your notification button so that when we have an emergency, if you are part of our group, please drop your hashtags so that you can call your roll call and we can check your roll call. If you're part of our group, drop your hashtag. And the list of the 10 people that won is coming out shortly. But let me say something as a closing obsequies. One of the things that makes Africa and Nigerian business people not to go global is two things: mentality and structure. Most of our business structures are not built to last because we are building for immediate gratification. We are not building for legacy and transgenerational wealth. To build to last, you need to build a structure of a business that can outlast you. And you don't need to build something new and novel. Just find out the companies that are doing well globally. Companies like Toyota, companies like General Electric, some companies that have been there for more than 100 years. Find out what kind of structure they use to run their businesses and begin to build that kind of structure ab initio. The next thing that makes African and Nigerian businesses not to outlast their owners and go global is mentality. And the greatest mentality that is holding African entrepreneurs is complacency. We are so complacent that when we earn 100 million naira, we feel like untouchable. Yet 100 million naira is not on up to $1 million. And $1 million in US is what Silicon Valley startups and young boys of 16, 17 make in their tech companies. Most companies in Silicon Valley that are making 1 million are baby companies. It is only companies that make 100 million and above that are seen as proper startup. And $100 million is about 160 billion naira. And $1 million is 1.6 billion naira. So when you have not made 1.6 billion naira in your business, you have not started. If you make 10 million, 100 million, and you go gallivanting and think you have arrived, you are killing your business and you're killing the future of your business. One of the most inspiring people in the world for me when it comes to non-complacency is Cristiano Ronaldo. He's not the most skilled footballer in our generation because he's most talented. The most talented footballer of our generation is Messi. But the most skilled footballer is Ronaldo because he's most skilled on the back of hunger and hard work and non-complacency. He makes millions of dollars, yet he trains as if he's just starting today. He trains as if he has not made a dime before. And when he misses a goal, he cries as if that is the end of his life. He does not consider all the millions, all the records he has broken. He's still as hungry as ever before. And that is a lesson for Nigerian entrepreneurs. There is more hunger of food in this land than hunger of passion for work. We should be more hungry than any other person in the world for success because we need to set examples more than any other person in the world for our generation to come. In other parts of the world, they have examples like Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Adam Scott, Andrew Carnegie, and the stories of people in their lineage that have been world class. They have Steve Jobs. They have Elon Musk. In Nigeria, who do we have? We want to have you. Dare never to be complacent at whatever level of achievement you make by comparing yourself to the global players and making yourself a global player. And two, dare to build a structure that will outlast you, that your business will remain 200 years after you have left this world. If you can do these two things, then a new crop of entrepreneurs who can take the world by storm will be coming out of Nigeria and Africa, because Nigeria and Africa has the worst challenges, the worst government, the worst economies that we are already built tough. Let's not waste our challenges and difficulties and our toughness by building structures that don't last and having mental complacency. Let's use the toughness of our environment to build things that will last and have a mentality that is never satisfied. As Sir Lord Wright said, he said the human race built most notably and nobly when disadvantages were most against them. We Africans, we Nigerians have all the disadvantages against us. We should build more notably and more nobly than the rest of the world. With that, I leave you with that thought as we call on, do we have our list of our 10 winners? Why is it taking you so long to get the list? You want to be very sure, please just get the list according to the chart. You can never be as accurate as a computer. This is a chart, please. Get the first 10 people according to us. We call them. Jane Robert is the first. Count from under Jane Robert, and we'll have the 10 winners. Congratulations to the winners, and we'll be giving away this book right now while we're waiting for the winners. The first person that can answer this question will get these 15 books. Please take notes. Let me go to the live chat and be sure I'm current. Please, if you want these books, answer me. I say the window of what to create our thoughts. 3 things create our thoughts. What we, and what we. 3 things create our thoughts. What we. First person to tell me the 3 things that create our thoughts will get these books. Waybill to you in whatever part of the country you are. 3 things create our thoughts. What are they? What you, and what you. I've been sharing it in most of my videos. 3 things create our thoughts. What we. Yes, Grace of Fonime has just won again. 3 things. No, she didn't win. 3 things. What? No, we are still missing it. There's 3 things. No. 3 things create our thoughts. No. You guys are missing one vital part. Yes. Uju Nwozuru. What we no? You still miss it. Three things. No, 3 things. No. You guys are missing one vital part. Three things create our thoughts. Yes. Michael Obada has just gotten it. What we see, what we read, and what we listen to. 3 things create our thoughts. What we hear, what we see, and what we read. 3 things create our thoughts. The first correct answer is Michael Obada. What we see, what we read, and what we hear. Other people were saying what we see, what we read, what we hear, and what we think. Nobody was saying read. 3 things: what we see, what we read. So please, Michael Obada has won the book. You are going to text your name and address to the WhatsApp number. We will bill you this book. And when you get the books, please do a video of the unboxing of the books and tell us how you feel. Michael Obada. That's why it's important you follow our videos. 3 things create our thoughts: what we see, what we read, and what we hear. So you've just gotten yourself these 14 books. I will be giving out these books. Please, Michael Obada, if you can read these books and do what they say. I read this book, I repeat them every year. I have a lot of books I read, but these ones I repeat them yearly because they are basic truths that doesn't change. You can read these books and do what they say. In 7 years, you become a billionaire, Mr. Michael Obada, a billionaire in Naira and a millionaire in dollars. That I can assure you if you can read these books and practice what they say. So 3 things create our thoughts: what we see, what we hear, and what we read. What we see, what we hear. Those of you saying what we think, I say what creates what we think. You are asking thinking again. Thoughts don't create thoughts. It's what we see, what we hear, and what we read that creates what is inside this amazing box of unlimited capacity called the brain. Do you have our list? So our 10 winners for the week. Who is the first person that commented first? Who is the first person that commented today? No, comment on the live. David who? The first to comment on the live is David somebody? So the 10 people that answered our questions correctly, we have Jane Robert, Grace of Funnyman, Matthew, Oje Joseph, Favor, Emenana, Chidozie, Umemi, Steve, David Udo, Ame Godwin, Umechi Nonso, and Chidimo Okechukwu. And David Udo was also the first to comment. So you've also won another 5,000. And the person that gave us the topic for this week is, please, let me get the person that gave us the topic for the week. The person that gave us the topic for this week is Fatombi Adebola. Fatombi Adebola, you've also won 5,000 naira for giving us the topic for next week. So that's all for today with Live with my Ace. See you next Sunday when we'll be talking on the topic by Fatombi Adebola, wealth creation mistakes to avoid. Knowing what to do is as important as knowing what to do. To know what you need to avoid next week. And after that, the upper week will now do the things you need to do, because after teaching you what to avoid, we'll also teach you what to do, because this is not a negative channel that tells you don't. We tell you don't and we tell you do. So next week will be wealth creation mistakes to avoid, and upper week will be wealth creation secrets to implement. So thank you, Fatombi Adebola, for choosing our topic. You've won 5,000. And thank you, Jane Robert, Chris, Grace of Funnyman, Matthew, Oje Joseph, Favor, Emenana, Chidozie Ume, Misty, David Odo, Ame Godwin, Umechi Nonso, Chidimo Okechukwu. You've all won 10,000 naira for answering our question. And Mr. Michael Obada, you've won this wonderful set of books, your first library and your most important library. If you read no other book and read these books over and over again, remember repetition is the mother of all skills. Read them until you understand them. Read them until you are able to act on them. You become a billionaire. You've won our books. And Miss Fatombi Adebola, you have won 5,000 naira for suggesting our topic for next week. My name is My Ace China, and I'll see you next week. Thank you. I love you. Mwah.
Something big has hit the city of Port Harcourt and about to quickly spread throughout Africa.
Shout out to the Mayor of Housing. We love you.
A big shout out to the Mayor.
Shout out to you again, Mayor of Housing, the best in housing and estate business.
Mayor of Housing, all the best. Mayor of Housing,
Shout out to the Mayor of Housing.
The biggest value monger in real estate in the world and the fastest rising housing brand to come out of Africa. It is your real estate solutions expert and your best plug to getting the best all-round value and returns in housing that would make you shout wow and how. But behold, the man that has taken it upon himself to solve the housing deficit in Africa through your collaboration and innovative solutions that are simple, sustainable, and affordable. But behold, my Ace China, the Mayor of Housing and your real estate success strategist. He can make you money and make you happy in real estate because he doesn't sell houses or lands. He sells value.
I've been pushing, you have a very big presence in the Economic Summit. Why are you doing that? What is your motivation?
I am the Mayor of Housing. I am not the Mayor of empty houses. If you build in a location that is not attractive for immigration into that location, you will have empty houses. Part of the passion I have in housing in Rivers State is to eliminate or reduce the Rivers State, Lagos State dichotomy in decent housing estates for especially our expatriates and qualified people, because we have a lot of them working in Port Harcourt but living in Lagos or Abuja. We want to be able to not only keep them but attract people from all over the world to come and live in Port Harcourt, thereby making my houses occupy. Secondly, lands are no longer in production is a finite and definite asset. What makes the value of land increase is the amount of traffic heading and searching for that land. If very few people want to come to Rivers State, our lands will be almost worthless. But if the whole world wants to come to Rivers State, you're going to make my land the most desirable and valuable land in the world.
Call him now on 0809 337 8525 or visit www.themayorofhousing.com and also follow Value on social media www.facebook.com/my Ace China, at my Ace_China on Instagram and Twitter, www.linkedin.com/my Ace China, and www.youtube.com/my Ace TV. Housing for all, your right to live.